wanted to go somewhere that believed in me, and I felt like they wanted me the most, in my opinion.
He's going to give it up off the board, Lonzo!
Demar DeRozan, 6 to go, got all the way to the button. Oh, dynamite! Detonates on Detroit!
MJ, Pippen, Kukoc, Phil, to D-Rose, Dang, Noah, and Tibbs. Those names represent the core members of the 1998 and 2012 Chicago Bulls rosters. The former group famously brought the last basketball championship back to the Windy City, while the most recent group was the last time this team was a legitimate contender. After a decade of shortcoming and misgiving, the pieces have been seemingly aligned in Chi-Town to make a legitimate run to win the East. In this video, we will look at the top 6 reasons why this new-look team can win the East.
Number 6. The organization has shifted into a win-now mode.
In the past decade, the Bulls were in a rebuilding mode. The organization made solid picks in the draft in the 2018 to 2020 seasons by selecting Wendell Carter Jr., Kobe White, and Patrick Williams. However, with Zach Levine close to free agency, they could not afford for their young asset to walk out the door.
Whenever I step on the floor, I think I'm the best player.
The big move that signaled a shift in the organization's operation to win now was the acquisition of Nikola Vucecvic at the trade deadline in March 2021. In return, the Bulls had to give the Magic, Carter Jr., Otto Porter, a 2021 first-round draft pick, and a 2023 first-round draft pick. The Bulls ultimately did not make the play-in tournament, but the trade sent a message to the team, fan base, and free agent players that the Bulls were focused on winning now. The momentum continued in the offseason with the acquisition of the ultra-talented point guard Lonzo Ball via a sign and trade with the New Orleans Pelicans. They also added a gritty player in Alex Caruso and a young athletic wing in Derrick Jones Jr. They then went all in when they shocked the world in announcing another sign and trade with the San Antonio Spurs to acquire DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar all the way with a flush! Oh, get off my lawn!
The fact that the organization had been so aggressive heightens the sense of urgency for this group to win now. The mindset of taking off rather than rebuilding can galvanize this team to win the East.
Number 5. Zero egos and defensive commitment.
Assembling a quartet of star quality players does not automatically mean championship or even contending for one. The chemistry of the team must be considered to avoid any clash in personality. Teams have failed in the past because a star player complains about not getting the ball and getting their stats. The Bulls organization did a good job of assembling this team with players who do not have egos and are willing to make sacrifices. I feel DeRozan's stats are likely to fall. However, as the last player to sign on to the project, he is more concerned about winning a championship at this point in his career. The knock on Zach Levine and DeMar DeRozan is that they are not great defenders. However, defense is about effort, desire to get better, and the entire team operating on a string. There is no reason not to believe that Billy Donovan and the staff cannot get them to operate at an efficient level. Last season, they ranked 12th in defensive efficiency and were 7th in opponent three-point percentage. Adding the former Lakers duo of Ball and Caruso will make the Bulls a tough matchup on any given night.
Plays in a roll. Ball for Caruso! Triple double! And the Caruso!
Number 4. Nikola Vucecvic is the most underrated star in the league.
If you asked 10 casual NBA fans if they knew Nikola Vucecvic, what do you think their response would be? I think at least 8 of them have never heard of this player. Yes, the challenge is that he is foreign, but so is the other Nikola, last name Jokic. The fact is Vucecvic is not on Jokic's level. He doesn't make the flash passes, he doesn't do the highlight reel dunks. However, what he does is maximize his skills to be a proficient scorer. He has a good mid-range, improved to a 40% three-point shooter, and can take advantage of smaller defenders in the post. Another challenge is that he is coming from the Orlando Magic, but even with Evan Fournier and Aaron Gordon on the team, he was the #1 scoring option. Way back in 2014, the head coach for the Clippers made a bold proclamation regarding Vucecvic. He stated he's probably the best player in the league that nobody knows. I don't think you hear anybody talking about him, but when you look at his raw numbers, they are superstar and all-star worthy, but nobody knows it. The stats prove that Nikola is a legit underrated star because last season, according to Basketball Reference, he averaged 23.4 points, 11.7 rebounds, and 3.8 assists. Yes, the dude averaged a double-double. Despite the obscurity among the casual fan, Vucecvic has been recognized by the basketball purists by being named All-Star in 2019 and 2021. After a full offseason in Chicago, Nikola is poised to grab more attention as the Bulls attempt to climb to the top of the East.
Fun fact.
Nikola Vucecvic is not trying to act gangster or even nicknamed after one. In 2014, the Magic fans thought their budding star deserved a nickname, so they thought, why not name him Vucci Mane? However, Nikola hated the nickname because it came from the rapper, Gucci Mane. He told fans instead, just call him Vooch. He certainly is a modest kind of guy.
Excuse me, do you have gum for me? You do? What flavor is it? What's that, peppermint? That's fine, that's fine.
There you go.
Number 3. Lonzo Ball will flourish as a playmaker.
The hype surrounding Lonzo Ball was unfairly way too high coming out of college. Unfortunately, the hype came from his father LeVar, who made him out to be on the cusp of greatness. According to the Bleacher Report, LeVar once stated that the then Lakers president Magic Johnson would pass the torch to Lonzo and that the number 2 overall pick in the 2017 NBA draft would step over Magic en route to being the best guard ever. For context, in his entire career, Johnson averaged 19.5 points, 11.2 assists, and 7.2 rebounds per game. Sadly, Lonzo hasn't lived up to those levels, and the weight was just too heavy for him to flourish at home with the Lakers. He may look back on it years later, but the trade to New Orleans as a piece to land Anthony Davis may have been a blessing in disguise for the player. Under far less scrutiny, Lonzo has refined and improved his entire game. He worked hard to fix his awkward shooting motion, and his three-point percentage has climbed every year. In his rookie season, he was shooting the three ball at 30.5%. But currently, he shoots it at a respectable 38. However, Lonzo got back to what he does best, which is make plays for his teammates. He can be the floor general and dictate the pace of the game from the point guard position. He can make the simple pass and the outrageous no-looks that leave fans in awe. Last season, he averaged 5.7 assists per game, but look for a substantial increase in that number with a plethora of weapons in Chicago. Yes, the playmaking ability of Zo can make this new-look Bulls team poised to come out of the East.
Number 2. DeMar DeRozan as a fourth option is hard to stop.
A good NBA roster can be very top-heavy when it comes to talent. The NBA salary cap restricts teams to star duos and trios because of salary. However, there are not many teams around who can trot out a DeMar DeRozan as their fourth option on offense. Like Vucecvic, DeRozan is an underrated player in the NBA. In his 13 seasons, DeRozan's career average is 20.2 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 3.8 assists. In 2016-17, he enjoyed a career year, scoring 27.3 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 3.9 assists while with the Toronto Raptors. DeMar is a four-time All-Star player in 2014 and 2016 through 18. Even in a rebuilding situation with the Spurs, he still managed to average 21.6 points per game. DeMar's weakness is his three-point shooting, where he is a 28% career shooter. However, he makes up that deficiency by doing everything else excellently. His ball handling and athleticism allow him to penetrate in the lane and create wide open shots for his teammates. DeRozan is also a fantastic passer in tight spaces. This leads to easy connections with whatever big man he is playing with, and Nikola Vucecvic will feast from this play. Moreover, DeRozan has a lethal mid-range that has few rivals in the league. He is a definite option down the stretch in a tight game to get a bucket. Yes, the potential of DeMar as a fourth option on the team makes the Bulls scary and a definite contender in the East.
Number 1. Zach Levine has the potential for superstardom.
Zach Levine needs to be the glue that takes this team to the next level. He entered the league as super athletic, and it led to him being a dunking legend. His legendary dunks in the 2015-2016 contest are still on highlight reels and live in folklore. However, to his credit, Lavine set himself bigger expectations to just being a fantastic dunker. He has worked on his ball handling, his shooting, and his playmaking to become a well-rounded player. In 2020-2021, Zach had a career year averaging 28.2 points, 5 assists, and 5.1 rebounds. The season was historic because he became one of only 6 players to average 25 points on 50% shooting, 40% three-point shooting, 85% from free throw line, and a 60% true shooting percentage. He joined Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Larry Bird, Kawhi Leonard, and Kyrie Irving to accomplish that feat. It feels as though Lavine has been in the league for a long while, but he is only 26 years old. 26! That means he is just getting into the prime of his career, and with his work ethic, he will only get better. Jamal Crawford, arguably the greatest sixth man of all time, once stated about Lavine, "Nobody's gonna outwork him. He's such a great young man, and he's somebody you want leading your franchise. And even if people don't see it right now, I guarantee you they will see it soon enough." That is high praise. Lavine is poised to reach superstar levels with the trio the organization has assembled in the past year. Yeah, the new look Bulls, they can win the East because Lavine is poised for greatness. Well, that wraps up our video for today. What do you think of the new look Bulls' chances of contending? Will DeRozan ever get his hand on the chip? Let us know in the comments section, smash the like button, and subscribe to the channel for premium sports content. Until next time.